And welcome to Vermillion Tanager basketball from the Monument in Rapid City. I'm the voice of the Vermillion Tanagers, Michael Schumacher, and alongside me we have Dean Burr, who does broadcasting out here, and he is joining us. He'll be broadcasting Rapid City Christian games during this tournament as well. Dean, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's an exciting day for basketball coming out. A little windy, since the weather's been that way, but that's okay. I'm ready to go.
I tell you, it was nice and clear when I left Yankton at about 5:30 this morning. I got out at Belvedere. I always stop at Belvedere. There's a little old lady that makes some bars there, and she's always so proud of them. So I have to stop at Belvedere. That's the only thing pretty much in Belvedere, but I love stopping there. I get out, and the wind is blowing me. I'm like, holy moly, when did this happen? So, yeah, it's a little breezy, but it's my first time at the Monument. I used to live out here, went to the Barnett Center, and was out here a few years ago when Yankton was in the AA tournament. But yeah, this is my first time getting to enjoy the Monument, and this is a nice facility.
Yeah, they did a really good job of putting things together. The venue, all the technology that's going on in here and everything. It's a good place to be. When you go from like the Barnett, which is where we used to be, then you're in here, you don't want to go back to the Barnett. You're just like, no, I want to stay here.
Well, and that's exactly right. When you see this with the ribbon signage around, the digital signage and everything, the Barnett had, they'd had updates, but it still had that aged feel to it.
Age, that's a good one. It's it's like the one in Sioux Falls that we broadcasted a few years ago. We went from the Premier Center over to whatever that was. The convention center. It was like, it's exactly the same way. I refereed basketball here, and so the LNI, the Lakota Nation Invitational that happens out here in December, they take up all three arenas, the Ice Arena and the Barnett Center and the Summit Arena. And so you always want to be able to do at least one game at the Summit Arena, and then you go over to the Barnett, you're like, oh yeah, I can definitely see the difference.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I know this was not an easy one. For people that don't know Rapid City, the Civic Center was built after the flood. They put on that 1 penny tax. It was a temporary tax, but it's been so beneficial. The Vision 2020 fund, it's just been beneficial. And so this took a lot for them to get it through. But boy, this is such a nice facility. I'm so glad Rapid City has this.
Yeah, they had to gut out parking lots and dig out parts of hills and stuff, and it was just watching it get set up. You just really anticipated what it's going to feel like and everything, and I've been very pleased with it.
Yeah, and so so it's great to have this out here. It's a great economic benefit for Rapid, and it's great for people from the east side of the state to get out to see. And I'm honestly, having lived out here, I love the Black Hills in the off season, when you can drive somewhere and it's not just packed with tourists, that you can actually go somewhere and enjoy it. You can actually enjoy your drive a little bit because you're not surrounded by cars everywhere.
Yeah, it's really nice. If you're like hiking, climbing, biking, you name it, it's all out here. The hills just are packed with tons of that stuff, and so my wife and I do lots of hiking, and she hiked the Centennial Trail all the way from the beginning all the way to the end, from north to south, and she's like, yeah, that's a pretty good little trek, but it's very enjoyable.
Definitely. Well, I know that people are tuning in for a tourism pitch for Rapid City in the Black Hills. They know it, but we're here to talk some basketball too. In this game, the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers versus the Vermillion Tanagers. The Tanagers are the 8th seed. Maybe a bit of a surprise to some people, not to people that had seen them play at the end of the year. Things fell into place for them. A good win over Elk Point Jefferson. They didn't make it easy on anybody. They decided postseason basketball needed to be bonus basketball. They had 3 overtime games in a row, including a double overtime against Hot Springs. But boy, playing their best basketball right now, and they have to, because they are playing the team in Sioux Falls Christian that, boy, if you talk to just about anybody, they say is the best team in the state, regardless of class. Yeah,
this is definitely the team to beat. That's probably the big storyline of the tournament. Who's going to beat Sioux Falls Christian? It comes down to it. But like you said, watching that Hot Springs game, that double overtime game, that was incredible. This team, they're fighters. I just love how they get out there and they don't hesitate. They work really hard. Sometimes it's a little unconventional, sometimes a little bit reckless, but it doesn't matter. They're there to win, and that's what you want as a coach. You want those type of players on your team. I'll do whatever I got to do to win. I got to do whatever I got to do to play ball, coach. I'll get on there. You want that at the beginning, and then you just want winners on your floor, and that's what they have.
Well, and that's exactly right. In talking about Vermillion, they're led by a sophomore. and there's different ways to lead, but as scoring and rebounding, Trey Hansen is the leader in that fashion. You know, he's able to take over a game, had 40 points during one game during this postseason. He can take it over, and you won't even realize it. By the end of the game, all of a sudden you look at his stats, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, he has 20-some points. His brother, Carter, a junior, averages about 12.5 points per game, averages a good number of rebounds between the two of them. They're both good rebounders, good defenders. Trey also leads the team in steals. Zone Robinson, as a senior, has really become, I call him kind of putty. You know, he's able to fill whatever holes are needed. All of a sudden in this game, if you see, okay, this guy needs some defense, Zone's going to go on him. Oh, we need somebody who's going to dribble, drive, penetrate, get a little attention off of Trey. Zone's able to take that on. And then Bryson Skogsberg, the freshman, his outside shot has not been falling like it had been earlier in the season, but he has learned to adapt and create offensively, dribble, drive, penetration, pull-up jumpers, and he is creating through rebounding as well and creating fast break points. And then somebody that, you know, hasn't played a huge role but could really today, just because of the size that Sioux Falls Christian has, is Cole Tweeten. He has, as a senior, has really come on these last 10 games of this season, and in some of these really shown some energy and emotion, and really showed in the Elk Point Jefferson game. He was able to basically shut down Fournier. Cole started on the bench, came in and took down Fournier, and that made the entire difference. And so this Cole coming on, that's been since they last played Sioux Falls Christian. So that will be interesting to see if he has that energy to match some of the size of Sioux Falls Christian. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of fundamental basketball for sure. You know, the boxing out, that's really the only way you have to combat a size is the boxing out ability. So they have to be fundamentally sound. Like you said, you know, lost by 30 points last time to this team, and they just, I mean, Sioux Falls Christian, the Chargers just came out and they shot lights out early on. It was 7-7 at one point, and then all of a sudden they just started draining threes. And so you got a team that can shoot, they can rebound like crazy, they defend, they got all those intangibles that you want. So in order to beat them, you have to play fundamental basketball. Bottom line, you have to play tough defense, you have to box out on your rebounds, and you have to get efficient shots whenever you can. And obviously it helps when you knock them down too. Well, and that's exactly right. And fundamentals are so important, and it's going to be important no matter who you play, because honestly, this Class A tournament is stacked. I mean, you look at the game after this, Pine Ridge versus Dakota Valley. That's a toss-up game. You know? Very much so. I mean, Pine Ridge could shoot like crazy. Dakota Valley, defending state champion. Yeah. And then, you know, you look at the games tonight. You know, you have Sioux Valley and Rapid City Christian. You know, that's going to be a good one. And then you have Hamlin and Croton. It's like, I don't know. I don't know that there's a Class B is good as well. But boy, this Class A, you know, I know Sioux Falls Christian, like you said, who's going to beat them? But boy, there are some teams out there that, and especially with some big men, Alex Squires out there. You know, Jackson Wingert at Dakota Valley. So you do have some really quality big men out on this in this tournament today. Yeah, there are. There's the athletes. I know you said the Goodberry kid, SDSU. I think he's looking at him. Yeah, there's, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some scouts around here watching film, watching what goes on. You know, and like you said as well, you know, maybe Sioux Falls Christian is the best across the state, no matter what class. I know this year in AA, there isn't a clear, I'll just say clear number one team. Mitchell's good. I'm not going to take anything with Mitchell, but you know, there's kind of those top, you know, 5-ish teams there that can win. Sioux Falls Christian could probably match any one of those schools. It's like, yeah, you just love it. Year in and year out. I've been to the State A's multiple times in the last few years, and just watching the talent level at this level of basketball, and like you said, compared to AA, yeah, there is only a very, very minor subtle difference, especially in the very top teams. They can compete with anybody. Exactly, and so this is going to be fun. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk a little bit more. You know, I like I said, you know, you lose the hour, and all of a sudden you're just all discombobulated with time. I had a pregame planned. I kind of had to throw that out the window because all of a sudden I was pulling up. I'm like, oh, you know what? Scratch that, I do not have the time I thought I did. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more pregame here from the Monument on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube. Along with Dean Burr, I am Michael Schumacher.
Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank from the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Dean Burr. Well, Dean, I know you've been studying up. Who are some of the players that you are thinking we're going to need to keep an eye on for these two teams?
Well, definitely, you kind of pointed out very well. Trey Hansen, sophomore, 6'3", does a lot of great things for him. I also liked Zone Robinson, kind of what he did. Interesting, the shooter. Bryson Skogsberg. I don't know if he's a pure shooter or what, freshman, 6'1", but he's got that fadeaway that makes it a little tough to guard. You have to really get in his face, and so when he fades, your hand in there, and then all of a sudden you end up fouling him, or he can get you in the air because you have to lean on him. So interesting style on him, but yeah, there's no doubt it's Griffin Goodberry. Just watching him just stand in the post and just do everything. They literally, the first play, when they met last time, first play, throw it into him. He sticks his hand up, grabs it, turns around, gets his own rebound, puts it back almost effortlessly. And you think, man, what do we have to do to defend this guy? Do we have to double team him? Whatever we have to do. So I think when they're making game plans, that's probably the first person they look at. Even though the Chargers have tons of talent, that's got to be the first key that they're looking at, how you double him, how you defend him, keep him out of the paint, what have you.
Well, that's exactly right. And as a 6'10", that's one thing that Vermillion just hasn't been able to battle, is a quality big man. Now if Cole can step up like he has been, Vermillion might be able to surprise before 6'10" with the ability to play on the outside. Goodberry is such a talent. But then, even if you stop him, you still have Van Donker's good, Snyder, Wassner, and the other Goodberry. There's just so much for this Sioux Falls Christian team as they are getting ready to play the national anthem.
session of the 2024 South Dakota State Game Boys Basketball Championship. The South Dakota High School Activities Association, along with its corporate partner Sanford Health, Dakota Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Billion Automotive, Integra Cooperative, ABC Rentals, The Furniture Mart, South Dakota Highway Patrol, Lake Area Tech, Masala, Experience Sioux Falls, and the South Dakota Army National Guard are proud to welcome you to this opening session of the State A Boys High School Basketball Tournament. Playing today in game number 1, the Vermillion Tanagers versus the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. This tournament is being conducted.
Two good crowd bases, to come all the way across the state. I wasn't quite sure for this opening game, a Thursday, what you're going to get, but really good fan support for both teams, it looks
when
like.
we were here, the Class B ladies last weekend, I tell you, that first game, we came here at 6 o'clock at night getting ready for Centerville, and it was packed in here. They were loud, they were raucous, they were yelling. It was hard to hear, literally sitting down here. You're like, wow, these guys are just crazy fans.
And you think you almost feel like some of those towns probably shut down. And now this is one of the great things about South Dakota State Tournament is the flag song, the Lakota flag song, and then the national anthem. I think it's just a great tradition for both of these songs.
We would remind all in attendance of proper respect is to face the flag, remove your hat or cap, and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty military not in uniform may also salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lakota flag song followed by the national anthem.
That national anthem was played by the Hot Springs Pep Band. I did not catch the name of the gentleman who did the Lakota flag song, but he did a wonderful job out at the up in Brookings for the girls tournament. Both days that they did it. where Vermillion was kind of the lead-off team. It was Makpia Luta had a group that did the Lakota flag song. So I just think it's one of the great traditions of South Dakota.
Yeah, and
tournaments.
I never heard it for the first time until I started going to some of the reservations to referee some basketball, and I get out there and they play the flag song. I'm like, these guys can wail. They do a great job, great renditions of it.
Yep, they really can. You know, it just and it's a great honoring. If people don't know, it's really just a reverence. The number of Native Americans who served in the military and served overseas and served in wars is a higher percentage than any other ethnicity. So they have a tremendous respect for the country, and so that's why that Lakota flag song is a great bridge, even back to George Mickelson's period of reconciliation. You know, so I love that we do that. And this is a great thing too, seeing all the logos going around the top as we get the light show going. This is fun. A hype video going up there with everybody's logos. This is going to be great as they get ready to announce the starting lineups.
Let's meet the alternating starting lineups. First for the Vermillion Tanagers.
So starting for Vermillion, you have Connor Rohrig. And starting at the guard for Sioux Falls Christian, Bull Snyder. Starting at the off guard position for Vermillion, you have Bryson Skogsberg, the 6'1" freshman. Then you have number 4, Van Donkersgood for Sioux Falls Christian starting. Zone Robinson, senior for this Vermillion Tanagers team, number 23. He's been a leader on this squad for a number of years. And Goodberry, the younger brother of Griffin Goodberry, starting at forward. Then Carter Hansen. And then they introduce Griffin Goodberry, kind of the leader and the star of this Sioux Falls Christian team. And then finally Trey Hansen for these Vermillion Tanagers. Again, just a sophomore, leading the team in scoring, one of the leading rebounders, leaders in steals. And then Brady Wassner as another starter for Rapid City Christian. This is promising to be a good game. We hope, you know, like you said, Vermillion had 2 clunkers this season. Coach, I use that word, Coach Drake would say the very same thing. One was against Lennox and one was against Sioux Falls Christian. They lost to Lennox by 20. They beat them in the regional championship in overtime. Vermillion's hoping to get the same retribution this time around against Sioux Falls Christian.
Yeah, bringing the energy out tonight. This is electrifying crowd, and they know they got a big hill to climb. But can they do it? It's all in the heads of those boys right now.
And here we go. Not a surprise, Griffin Goodberry wins the jump. 6'10" over 6'3", 6'4".
Right?
Goodberry down on the block, and that is a quick 2 points for Griffin Goodberry.
Yeah, I think it looks like the same play they ran last time.
Just to start things off, gets a quick 2. So here's Vermillion. Carter Hansen gets it off to Bryson Skogsberg. Over to Connor Rohrig. The main 2 bench players for Vermillion would be Landon Cerny and Cole Tweeton. Here's Trey Hansen on the left-hand side. Vermillion in their red uniforms with black numbers and white trim. And Connor Rohrig gets on the board.
That's a great play, a little ISO play, and he just ran it. He beat his player to the hoop.
And Connor Rohrig, he can get you double digits. And so, you know, he might be that little sneaky secret weapon tonight. Here's Griffin Goodberry guarded by Carter Hansen. They get an outlet pass over to other Goodberry. There's a nice, long jumper for 3 from Wassner. Wow. And Zone on the block has the ball stripped, but he does recover, gets it out to Rohrig. Rohrig drives in, kicks out, and Skogsberg is unable to handle the pass. And that's kind of back to just the fundamentals, making sure you catch before you decide to try to drive. And I think Bryson saw something along the baseline that he thought he could take advantage of.
Yeah, you teach your receivers that, take your eye off the ball, and something else happens. And yeah, They're going to have to not make those type of turnovers.
Exactly. And just really good ball movement by this Sioux Falls Christian team. Baseline move there by Goodberry and Cooper Goodberry, and that makes it 7-2. Here's Rohrig on the left-hand side. Gets over to Trey Hansen. Trey Hansen drives in. Wow! That is an athletic move. He hung there just long enough to be able to wind it right around Griffin Goodberry.
Right, yeah, it's like almost they practiced that. Hey, look, he's going to get his big arm out there. We got to be able to hang on to that ball in the air.
Exactly. Boy, a nice cut for Wassner there. Makes it 9-4. Man, this is a fast-paced game. We're just a little over 2 minutes in. It's already 9-4. Here's Carter Hansen. He'll drive in, up with the right hand from the side, and that is in. Vermillion trying to keep pace. The Sioux Falls Christian drives in, and they're going to call a foul, a block on the floor.
It's quite interesting. It's like you said, it is a fast-paced game, but it's not. I'm a little surprised. It's not quite aggressive. I expected, hey, this is state tournament time. All the marbles are here. You got to get out. You got to play hard, and I expected lots of contact, but they're playing very conservative.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, nice play there by Cole Snyder. Makes it 11-6. Coach Drake has to like what his offense is seeing, but he has to be concerned with what he's seeing on the defensive side. And there's really the first miss for Vermillion. Rebound there by Goodberry. And there's a three-point attempt that is going to be off the back iron, but boy, offensive rebound to Wassenaar. They get it over to Van Donkers. Good down low to Griffin Goodberry, up and in. All of a sudden like that, it's 13-6. A quick 4 points for this Sioux Falls Christian team. Here's Trey Hansen. Guarded here by Van Donkers. Good, kicks it out to Landon Cerny. Cerny for three, and that is too far. Rebound to Goodberry. Cooper. They get it down to, wow, they get it down to Wassner, and there's another quick one. 15-6 here with 4:21 to go. Trey Hansen drives in. He's met there by Van Donkers. Good. Long outlet pass over to Zone Robinson. Robinson will drive in. And he's going to be fouled. Will they call it on Griffin Goodberry? Looked like there was contact from a couple of players there. It's always interesting who they call it on now.
Yeah, it is when they get in there and they, it's all about officials and their angles. Who's got what angle? Where does the driver come from? When officials are trained, that's how they're kind of trained to watch things. If a person's coming from your area, you have them all the way to the hoop.
All right, and we are taking a media timeout, so we will take a quick timeout as well, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. And that foul was on Snyder, number 3. We'll be right back.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermillion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermillion.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball from the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Dean Burr, and with 4:07, so about halfway through this first quarter, Sioux Falls Christian has a lead of 15-6, but Zone Robinson is going to the line to shoot 2 as he was fouled by Cole Snyder, number 3. That is his first personal and first team foul. And that timeout was brought to you by Murph's Appliance, and again on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. 15-6 with 4:07 to go here in the first quarter. Zone, first free throw is up and good. It's always good to get that first free throw under your belt.
Right? Yeah, the nervousness. Okay, am I going to get enough? Is my hand shaky? It happened to me one time. That's the only reason why I can relate.
2 for 2 for Zone. Makes it 15-8. And Vermillion will take that. You know, and Bryson Skogsberg is going to be checking back in. Here's Griffin Goodberry from the elbow, short on the jumper. Rebound into the hands of Rohrig. Zone Robinson has it knocked out of his hands, but picks it up, gets it over to Carter Hansen. Carter gets it up top to Trey Hansen. A lot of, and that is going to be another foul. And boy, that might be on Snyder again.
Great for possession over here. Looked like, contact. They're going to let him play a little bit, get after it. It's also interesting down here as Zone beat the player that was on the floor. There was no contact. You think, hey, why isn't that not a foul? Because he leaps over him and hits the ground, but there was no contact.
Yep, exactly. Oh, that one is deflected on the inbound. Sioux Falls Christian. And that is up for Van Donkers. Good. Makes it 17-8. 3:33 to go here in the first quarter. Trey Hansen gets it off to Carter. Skip pass over to Zone. Zone guarded there by Nichols. Carter Hansen at the top of the key will drive in. Puts up a little floater. Up and in for Carter Hansen. That gives Carter 4 points on the game.
Wow, that's what you don't want to see right there, is that type of... we talked about it pregame. You absolutely have to hustle. You can't lose the other team getting those easy buckets.
Well, exactly, yeah. They got a nice 2 down here to make it 17-10, but just were unable to get back in time to keep them from an easy layup, and leads to a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Drake. He felt the same thing. That's just one thing you can't have. You're not against a team as good as Sioux Falls Christian. You can't allow that swing, because you had some momentum. If you've been able to stop them, all of a sudden then come back down. Maybe it's down to 5-point lead, which is much more manageable. Now all of a sudden it's 9, and you're just hoping to keep up again.
A team that's easily that good, they obviously didn't get good just because of their talent. They obviously have work. I see teams that are talented, but man, they are lazy. That's not the case here by either one of these clubs, and especially Sioux Falls Christian.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of energy out there, and that was just it wasn't laziness. It was just kind of a mental error. Those things that happen. And here's Zone at the top of the key, gets it over to Skogsberg. Skogsberg, he'll take that long 3 from NBA. Didn't there though. Carter, a little off on the layup. Sioux Falls Christian gets it over to Griffin Goodberry. Get it into the hands of Mulder. Mulder back to Goodberry on the block. Oh, and they're going to call a travel on Goodberry. And so on the court right now for Vermillion, it's Zone Robinson, Carter Hansen, Trey Hansen, Bryson Skogsberg, and Cole Tweeten. For Sioux Falls Christian, you have Van Donkers, Goodberry, Mulder, Nichols, and Wassenaar. Their rebound goes to Sioux Falls Christian, but Zone Robinson with a hustle play does knock it out of bounds, and it ends up going out of bounds off of Nichols for Sioux Falls Christian.
Yeah, and Coach Scouten is like, no way could that happen there. He was giving the official earful, but either way, official had a good angle on it.
He did. All right, they get it into Zone, and that is going to be knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be another foul on Sioux Falls Christian. And that's going to be on number 4, Jude Van Donkers. So with 2:09 to go here in the first quarter, Vermillion will inbound, but that is the 3rd team foul on Sioux Falls Christian. Carter Hansen with the floater, and that is, boy, it got caught behind the basket.
So the shot clock is just offset behind the basket, so any ball that touches the shot clock is actually behind the basket.
So a minute 55 to go here in the first quarter. Vermillion trails 19-10. Good ball movement for the Sioux Falls Christian team. Oh, and Goodberry wide open. Oh, I thought he might take the three, but will drive in. Oh, and is fouled. And the shot drops, makes it 21-10, and he will go for the and one. We'll see who the foul is on. And the foul's on Cole Tweeten. That is Tweeten's first personal, second team foul.
You know, when you, what can you do? I mean, he just keeps the ball in the air. I mean, you're just trying to, swat at it. It's like, what's the point? It's almost like he's just playing with them. I mean, he's not really, but he just holds the ball up there, and they're just like, Well,
because like we said earlier, you know, not only is he tall, which is a good advantage, he's athletic. You know, so he is able to hang in the air there for a little bit, like as a 6'3", 6'4" player would. So that kind of athleticism to go with that size advantage makes it tough. Here's Trey Hansen. He'll drive into the paint. And
they're going to go the other way with that one.
Yeah.
It looked like, and I'm not quite sure what contact was created, because he hit a couple of players heading back the other way, or rather trying to fight his way inside the paint there.
Haven't seen that called. Usually seems to be a non-call on that, but
right. It was a good defense. You know, I as official like to reward the defense for staying vertical and in your own cylinder.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's Goodberry. You can hear the Tanager crowd behind us. They were pretty sure there was a travel there. I have no idea, but it's amazing how you always think your team is the one getting robbed.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
And less than a minute to go, Vermillion trails 22-10 here in the first quarter. But, you know, just having watched, you wouldn't think it would be that big of a deficit. And that shot missed, but rebound Cole Tweeten blocked into the hands of Skogsberg. Skogsberg for three. That's going to be just off the front iron. Tweeten gets the rebound and the putback, but is unable to connect. But I think he's going to get a foul on Griffin Goodberry.
Yeah, he was right there, isolated with him. Good job by Tweeten. Great box out. He might be the player that your little X factor for the Tanagers is able to get there, box him out. He obviously has a weight advantage on him, so that's going to be significant for Tweeten. And get in there, put him in the right spot, and take care of business.
And I tell you, if Cole's going to hit his free throws, that's going to be another added bonus.
Oh, 100%.
And actually, Griffin Goodberry is now sitting here for this last 36 seconds. Get him a little bit of rest before the second quarter. Tweeten's second free throw up and rims out. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian into the hands of Wassner. Boy, they get it down in a hurry, don't they? Holy moly. That three-point attempt, no good, and they're going to call a foul. I think they're going to call it on Skogsberg on the rebound.
And we talked about the fundamentals right there. Wassner was just able to fly right in there. You had a defender right there, and all you need to do is stick a body on a body. Instead, he just fell asleep and let Wassner fly around him.
Yeah. So Christian gets the ball in. Here's Mulder. Mulder on the right side, guarded by Carter Hansen. Gets it up top to Wassner. They'll play for the final shot. Shot clock is off here for the final 18 seconds. Here's Wassner, guarded by Skogsberg. Way out here. Here's Cooper Goodberry. They get it into Wassner. Oh, they get it down to Goodberry. And boy, good defense by Vermillion to prevent any legitimate shot attempt there at the end of the quarter.
Absolutely. Great job. A baseline under there. He was actually getting shoved, but he held his ground, forced an errant pass, and they got away with no points.
So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the second quarter here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. This is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
And welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We are here as we enter the second quarter. Vermillion trails 22-11. But I think Vermillion's played much better than that score would indicate. And I think that if they tweak a couple of things, this all of a sudden could be much closer. And there's another foul.
And they haven't cleared the fouls from the previous quarter, so they're going to have to correct that up on the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll figure that out here in a second.
So that is Cooper Goodberry's first personal and first team of the quarter. And Trey Hansen hits his first free throw, makes it 22-12.
As an official over here staring at the fouls, like waiting for them to reset it. They still haven't reset it, and neither of the officials have seen it yet.
Right now, Vermillion is 50% from the free throw line. You know, Coach would like to see that improve just a little bit. Can't leave too much meat on the bone against a team like Sioux Falls Christian.
All right.
And here's Snyder, kicks it out to, that is Cooper Goodberry, and that is going to be a jump ball, and that will go to Sioux Falls Christian. So 7:28 to go here on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermillion trails 22-12. But I mean, they're holding their own. It's not, you know, feel like a couple of bounces here and there, but boy, it's those offensive rebounds. Oh no, and that's going to be Trey Hansen's second personal.
Yeah, and so the difference, one, you might hear the crowd behind and not agreeing with the call, but the difference in that is he was just going up for the ball, and as they came down, if he would have turned around and put a body on him and actually boxed him out, he would have not gotten that call and been able to come away with the ball to boot.
Now that drive in, oh no, the rebound into the hands of Sioux Falls Christian. Does so many second chances, and rebound into the hands of Connor Rohrig. Vermillion gets up, Skogsberg drives in, up with the right hand, up and in. All of a sudden, it's down to a single-digit lead again.
It's a nice little nifty kiss off the glass there.
And that's what Skogsberg's been able to do. You know, his outside shot hasn't been as consistent lately, but boy, he has really adapted his inside game and his dribble drive penetration. Oh, wow. That shot for Wassner is off, and Trey Hansen with the rebound. All of a sudden, Vermillion getting within striking distance, and Carter Hansen is going to be Snyder's third personal. Wow.
Yeah, nice job. Good one-on-one drive in by Hansen. He's like, I got it here. I got one-on-one. He actually went straight up instead of, I thought maybe he might plant and spin back and go the other way with his left hand. But either way, he kept there. The defender really just kind of stayed there, didn't really, quote, defend it, stuck his arm up and ended up getting the foul.
Yeah, Vermillion's now 4 of 7 from the free throw line. There you go, make it 5 of 8. 22-15. Making sure my scoreboard was matching theirs. They were a little late on me there.
A lot of numbers.
Turnaround jumper by Wassner is good. Makes it 24-15. 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. Carter Hansen out by the top of the key. Drives in, picks up his dribble. Gets it out to Zone Robinson, resets. Zone drives into the paint. Kicks it over to Tweeten. Tweeten up and good.
Oh, that was a ridiculous assist by Zone there. Loving it.
That was a beautiful pass. Drew both defenders over to him. And yeah, it left Tweeten all alone. And here's Goodberry down on the block. He's going to try to back down Tweeten. And they kick it out to Cooper Goodberry. Here's Griffin for three, and that is good. Wow.
Hey, just add that to his repertoire. Ouch.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Back to a 10-point lead for Sioux Falls Christian. I mean, he's just really hard to defend, but boy, I think Vermillion's doing a pretty good job. Oh, and Skogsberg hits every part of the rim and then out. Here's Griffin Goodberry, drives in. Wow. I mean, he really is a good player.
Yeah, coast to coast. You got to double team him somehow, some way when he gets around the rim.
I know you said he's looking at SDSU. I wouldn't mind him looking at USD.
Yeah, they are definitely loving it.
Number 24, Carson Nichols.
So Carson Nichols with his first personal third team. Here with 5:07 to go in the second quarter. Vermillion down by 12. They were down by about 7 not that long ago, but a 3 and an inside shot extended that lead. Here's Carter Hansen, kind of caught behind the basket. Oh, Tweeten is unable to contain the pass. Oh, but nice. Now that's where they really did get back on defense.
Yep.
Kind of that time that hurt them before. They did not make that same mistake.
Yeah.
Good adaptation by this.
Coach is going to take a time. I don't know if he's going to praise his team that time for finally hustling back, but a good job that time. You know, the frustrating part, down back at the other end, you just handled the basketball. That's the second time we've talked about already. You simply just did not get a handle on. Even the assist by Zone Robinson, which was really good, it was kind of started because he didn't quite have the handle as he was driving for his layup.
Yep, exactly. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. This is Vermillion Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This time out brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermillion.
And we are back at the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Dean Burr with 4:46 to go in the second quarter. Vermillion trails 29-17, and really nothing glaring. Just a few possessions here and there that that have led to those swings in possible points. Nothing where it's just okay, they're dominating this. They're able to get inside, but man, when they're defeating them inside, they're able to kick it out and they're hitting their threes. Right now, they're 2 of 7 from 3 as Sioux Falls Christian. Vermillion has yet to hit a 3-pointer. Here's Griffin Goodberry from the top of the key for 3. That one's short. Rebound, Zone Robinson. 4:35 to go. Skogsberg for 3, and that is off. But rebound by Trey Hansen. That is knocked out of bounds by Sioux. Oh. And they say it was knocked out of bounds by Vermillion. So Sioux Falls Christian with the ball brings it up, leading 29-17. Here's Carson Nichols. Nichols gets it over to Goodberry. Goodberry guarded out there by Cole Tweeten. Here's Cooper Goodberry. Over to Griffin. Oh, that pass. They're unable to connect, but rebound gets over to Nichols, and he is able to connect 31-17 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. 3:50 to go here in the second period. It's those second chance points that are really starting to hurt.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what really amazes me about Sioux Falls Christian is their court vision and how well they move the ball. You've got players running around. The Tanages are running their butts off just trying to cover players and double team and here and there, and they're all over the place trying to make something happen, but the Chargers just move it so well, and then all of a sudden you get, like you said, you're caught underneath, you're trying to get a spot, and then they've got a rebound and a second chance opportunity.
Well, that was a foul on Wassner. Vermillion will inbound. That was the fourth team foul. The next one.
We're going the other way.
Felt like that might have been a bit of a sell job. It didn't feel like there was that much contact.
Right? Yeah, he flew clear into the sideline over here, it looked like.
I love zone, but zone's not big enough to create that much impact.
Right? Yeah. But it's hard. When they hit you square in the chest, that's what the officials are looking for.
Oh,
Did they hit him in the chest?
Yep, exactly. And the offensive foul seems to have been more of a point of interest this year, a point of emphasis, I should say, where it used to be a lot of charges. I think I've seen them more called offensive fouls this year. As an official, is that something that maybe they talked about? Or
well, a contact is always talked about between officials all the time, especially block charges. That is, officials have a pregame meeting all the time before every game, and one of the things they talk about is the block charge. Now, point of emphasis this year was traveling for officials, but you always talk about the whole block charge thing.
So Carter Hansen unable to hit the three. Rebound, the long rebound gets out to Sioux Falls Christian. Goodberry drives in for a dunk, makes it 33-17. With 2:51 to go here in the second period. Trey Hansen. They're gonna finally call a foul.
Yeah, this
Tanager fans behind us thought there should have been one a while back.
Right. And you hear that all the time. And I always tell fans, all contact is not a foul. All contact is not a foul. It's all about advantage, disadvantage, and displacement is what officials talk about. That's what the rule book talks about. Everybody, you hear the word "get them off." It's like that really doesn't really exist by any means. We got a little blood. Is that Wassner? Bennett Wassner? He's got a bloody nose, so they had a quick sub come in for him, and you can see Coach scouting.
Trey Hansen does hit the first one. That breaks that run there by Sioux Falls Christian. Gets the lead down to 15, 33-18 now, with 2:39 to go, and it gets it down to 14. At this point, with 2:37 to go, Vermillion would love to get it down to single digits before half. If you can go in with a little momentum in a single-digit deficit, oh,
wow,
man.
And then they're getting the friendly bounces, too. So it's
man,
like
Nichols
that.
gets what has to be defined as a shooter's bounce. That is unbelievable. And here's Zone Robinson. Makes it 36-19. Zone down on the block. Turnaround jumper is blocked by Griffin Goodberry. Did they just call a foul?
Someone got hit in the head. You saw the official point that someone got hit in the head.
So foul is called on Zone Robinson.
We're going to get it.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
This will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here. So 36-19, a 17-point deficit, 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first half. If you're Coach Drake, I think you're just wanting to say, let's get a little momentum in these final 2 minutes. Let's get some stops. If you can get it under 10 or get it down to 10, all of a sudden it feels a little less onerous to try to say, okay, we're coming into the second half down 20. At the very least, keep it at 17. But boy, if you can get it down to 15 or 13, get a couple of stops in there, just start chipping away, because there's no 17-point shot.
Yeah, you just want a little bit of hope is what you want.
Yeah.
You want something. You don't want these kids walking in, if they give up another 5 points here or whatever, 5 or so points in going into the half, you're just like, all that you just dejected. You want the inspiration from the players. And so, like you said, close that gap, chip away at it.
And that timeout was brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Over 20 years serving their customers, being locally owned and operated. Up with the left hand, that was Sioux Falls Christian, making it 38-19 with a minute 52 to go. Zone Robinson on the left-hand side, just working for a good shot here. Skogsberg pull-up jumper from the free throw line, and that will drop in, makes it 21-38. Now just getting a stop here would be huge. Minute 32 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. And they get it down to Nichols on the lower right. And here's Cooper Goodberry for three. Wow. I mean,
it's so effortless.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're now hitting 40% of their three-pointers. It's just, that's hard to defend because you have to work the inside because of their size. And that jumper by Trey, no good. Rebound there to Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian with a 20-point lead. 56 seconds to go. And Wasser able to drive in with the left hand, makes it 43-21. 48 seconds to go. For Vermillion, get yourself a bucket here. You know, keep it at 20 or under. Zone drives in. That ball is off. So that'll go out of bounds with 31 seconds to go. And Sioux Falls Christian will be inbounding. Out there for Vermillion, it's Carter Hansen, Trey Hansen, Bryson Skogsberg, Connor Rohrig, and Zone Robinson. For Sioux Falls Christian, you have Wassenaar, Van Donkersgood, Cooper Goodberry, Britton Mulder, and Cooper Nichols. 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Shot clock is off. Will Sioux Falls Christian play for the final shot? Here's Cooper Goodberry, loses the handle. Long three-point attempt by Britton Mulder makes it 46-21 as the first half comes to an end. Vermillion trails on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 46-21. We'll be back with our halftime show after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermillion Yankton, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
The Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's double with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We are at the half at the Monument as the Vermillion Tanagers trail 46-21 to the Sioux Falls Chargers. And Dean, you and I were talking, I'm alongside Dean Burr here, I'm Michael Schumacher, and we were talking during the break about how good this Sioux Falls Christian team is, that this really isn't a product of Vermillion playing poorly. You are playing a team that, with their size, okay, you can either try to stop them inside. Well, then they're hitting 5 out of 11 from three-point land, 45.5%. So then if you stretch out, they can dribble and drive every single player. It's hard to find a weakness on this team.
Yeah, it really is, and we knew that coming in. Having watched them, and we knew all the players on the floor all have that ability. They move the ball so well and get you in one-on-one situations, and then you try to double up or switch off or do something like that, and then they drain a three on you. They score through contact. They have all the checklists of a state champion level type team. And they're going to need it, obviously. The next team they play is going to play really well as well, and going to want to take them down. But yeah, it's so hard, and like you said, it isn't that Vermillion is really that bad of a team. It's just when you go against them, they make you look like that. Vermillion shooting 37% from the floor. You would like that to be a little bit better, and unfortunately, they haven't hit anything from outside. They've only taken 4 shots, so not a lot. The Chargers are defending well on the outside and then forcing them to do something else. What I like for Vermillion is, early on at least, they seem to have some ability on the inside. You're not going to get easy shots with Goodberry in there and all the other shot blockers they have. So you're not going to get some easy shots necessarily. But if you can get an isolation underneath, under the rim, and get some opportunities, that's going to open up some more shots from the perimeter. But going to the Chargers, they're shooting 61% from the floor. Yeah, you like that. They're shooting 46% from downtown, 5 of 11. Yeah, you like that. It's like, I think there were moments where Vermillion, I kind of looked at their face. There was one play, I think they moved the ball like 3 or 4 times within 2 seconds, and somebody got it and they shot it. And I think I just saw a look on some of the players' faces. They're thinking, guys, what do we have to do? We can't double team them. We can't single team them. I don't know if we can even triple or fourple or fipple team them, if that's even a word. It's like, I don't know. What do we have to do? And do we have to just go with the zone, take away anything inside, get rebounds, force them to beat them with threes? I mean, they have to climb into it now. Now they're down. So what is it that they have to do defensively? If anything, it isn't necessarily the offense, it's just defensively. What do we have to do? That's going to be obviously the challenge of Coach Jay in the locker room.
Well, that's exactly right. Vermillion's been down big before in games and been able to make a comeback, but they haven't been down big and made that comeback against a team like Sioux Falls Christian. And it's also small bounces here and there. We saw a bounce on the Sioux Falls Christian side where it's like, that should not have gone in, but it did. And then you see it on this side, a three-pointer by Skogberg that hits every part of the rim and then rolls out. And it just feels like you get a few of those here and there. Vermillion, like you said, they're 0 for 4 from 3, and just 9 total rebounds on the game for them, whereas 9 rebounds. Oops, sorry, bro.
Versus 18.
Yeah, versus
for the
18.
Chargers. It's like,
yeah,
wow.
Exactly. And so it just, those second chance points, or whether it's preventing second chance points, and then hitting almost 50% of their three-pointers. It just, like you said, it's so hard to know almost which poison to pick, because like I said, like we said, Vermillion's not playing poorly. A few bounces here and there, and it's probably a 10 to 12 to 13 point game. But Sioux Falls Christian's just playing really well, and their ball movement is something to behold. Like you said, just mesmerizing.
Yeah, you got to, for Vermillion, they got to be able to come off screens better if they're talking offensively. Come off some screens better, see if you can get Christian who not to get a switch. They're athletic enough where they can defend anyone on the floor. You got to be able, you got to get the big guy out of the middle. You got to be able to, maybe isolate, get some screen opportunities. They've got some players who can beat them off the dribble, or maybe off a screen, maybe a little zoom action, come off a screen, get a dribble handoff, and get something. They got to be able to pull off some of those. But like you said, some of the shots just have to fall. I mean,
exactly.
You've got a team that is amazingly athletic and skilled, smart basketball players as the Chargers. And they're getting things to fall for them.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not going to be your night necessarily. Or maybe I'll say this, maybe not your half. Maybe
exactly.
It's the second half that's going to be better for Vermillion. Again, they have to step it up and make the plays.
Yep. So we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look around the state as the other action that'll be going on, that's going on now and going on the rest of the day. You are listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
They didn't see it or weren't looking or not going to say anything, but that's...
Sherco in Vermillion is a full-service service center. Sherco LLC is an industry-leading supplier of tarp systems to the transportation industry and is located in Vermillion, South Dakota. Sherco Vermillion supports their customers in the agricultural, construction, waste, and flatbed markets. Become a part of the Sherco team. Go to sure-co.com, about us/careers. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Visit our sleep experts at the Yankton Slumberland. With over 50 mattresses to choose from, we carry every price, free financing options, and the most trusted brands in the nation like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. Snoring or lower back pain tormenting you? Seek relief with an adjustable power base. Fall asleep faster and cooler with our sheets and pillow selection. With a 120-night sleep trial, you can't make a mistake. See us today at the Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway.
Welcome back to the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show, where at the half, Vermillion trails 46-21 to the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers here at the Monument in Rapid City. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Dean Burr. Hey, another action in the state. Class B, White River defeats Viborg Hurley by a bigger margin than I was expecting. I knew White River was good, but beat them by 15, 72-57. Next up is Wessington Springs versus Howard. Tonight in Class B, it's DeSmet versus Gregory and Castlewood versus Leola Frederick area. And then in AA, Mitchell defeats Sioux Falls Jefferson 69-61. Like you said, nobody's really that out there team in AA, and that shows it right there that I think anybody can beat anybody in AA.
No, there definitely is. It's kind of almost anyone's game. You hate to say it, but it really is. I don't want to take anything away from Mitchell, but...
And then coming up next would be Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Sioux Falls Washington. Here we're starting the third quarter. Vermillion trails 46-21. Trey Hansen with the ball. Up with the left hand. That's the way you want to start. Get a quick 2. 20 seconds into the game, into the quarter. Maybe get a stop. Just try to keep chipping away at it. 46-23 now on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Griffin Goodberry for 3. That's short, but Wassner with the rebound. Then they get it into Goodberry down low, and he is able to get those 2 points back. Makes it 48-23. Carter Hansen with the ball. It's the original starting 5 for Vermillion and for Sioux Falls Christian. Carter Hansen thought about the 3, drives the baseline, kicks it out to Trey. Trey with the floater, and that'll hit the top of the backboard. So we're 7:01 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, so officially it can hit the top of the backboard as long as it falls back this way, and I think it probably hit the top and then touched the shot clock.
And that's what it looked like. Yeah, and I think that's what people don't realize is that when it hits the top of the backboard, they're like, oh, it's out of bounds. No, not until it hits that shot clock, like you said. And there's Sioux Falls Christian misses. Vermillion gets the rebound. Here's Connor Rohrig with the ball. Gets it out to Skogsberg at the top of the key. Skogsberg will drive in. Goes up and is able to make the shot on the right-hand side, but with his left hand. He is left-handed, so looked a little awkward, but it was successful for him.
Yeah, it definitely is. Those dribble drives, they can work.
Okay, that is the second three-pointer that Sioux Falls Christian has missed this quarter. I mean, you hate to be looking for those things, but maybe that's a sign. Like you said, it's a different half. Carter hits it out to Trey. Trey for three. Oh, no good, but rebound Connor Rohrig. And Zone Robinson on the drive is going to be fouled by Wassner.
Yeah, they're going to get Wassner, hit him on the wrist, but either way, we talked about balls that aren't going in. I hate to quote Adolph Rupp, but I know he said the last time I checked, the idea is for the ball to go through the hoop. And the team that does it better is going to get the job done. So if it's not falling for the Chargers, maybe it's a shot for the Tanagers to take advantage and sneak back in. Just keep within reach.
Yep, and you want to hit these free throws. That's the big key, too. And Zone was unable to connect on either one. So 48-25 with 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Here's Brandon Wassner. Gets it down low, and here's, wow, nice cut there by Van Donkersgood. Makes it 50-25 with 5:44 to go here in the third quarter. Skogsberg gets it off to Trey Hansen, and they're going to call a foul there. And they're going to call that on Van Donkersgood. So with 5:31 to go, Sioux Falls Christian has picked up 2 team fouls. So Cerny checks in, Zone Robinson checks out, Cole Tweeten checks in, Connor Rohrig checks out. So that was Van Donkersgood's second personal foul. Here's Cole Tweeten. Top of the key is not where you want him shooting, so he's not much of a threat out there, I don't believe. But Skogsberg will take it, and he will hit. That is Vermillion's first three-pointer, makes it 50-28. And there again, that would have dropped for him in the first half, it feels like. So, you know, you look at these little things, and Skogsberg, he'll pull, and he will be just short. But the rebound, oh. Well, that is Brandon Wassner's third personal and third team foul.
Media timeout?
And we are going to take a media timeout, so we'll be back after this timeout, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. For 20 years, being locally owned and operated and serving the appliance needs of their Vermillion customers and the surrounding area. You're listening to Tanger Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood, down at the lumberyard, down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball with 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Vermillion's chipping away at that lead. They get it down low to Carter Hansen. Hansen has that blocked by Griffin Goodberry, but nice hustle by Carter and gets the rebound. But boy, that pass from Skogsberg was not expected by Tweeten. And Goodberry is going to be fouled down low, but it did stop him. Otherwise, that was pretty much a guaranteed two. So
right.
Sometimes you have to foul.
Yep.
First team foul in the third quarter. Griffin Goodberry will shoot twice.
You'd rather make him shoot 2 of them from 15 feet than 1 from 5 feet.
And that's why you do it. That's right. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to burn your fouls out, but yeah, there's a strategic foul.
So Zone Robinson checks in. Landon Cerny checks out. 4:34 to go here on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermillion down 50-28. Griffin Goodberry at the line to shoot his second free throw after being fouled by Cole Tweeten. And that one does drop, makes it a 23-point lead. Skogsberg gets the ball over to Carter Hansen. Now, I will note I have not seen Hansen with that knee sleeve on before, so I'm not sure what's happening there
Nice
for him. But
move. Oh,
Skogsberg with the reverse layup attempt, but thing rolled out again on him. There's a short jumper by Sioux Falls Christian by number 24, Carson Nichols, and they're going to get a foul on Nichols on the rebound.
I tell you what, he did a great job cutting through the lane. He went through 2 defenders, and the reverse layup just could not get it to roll. And those are the ones you need.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so close, too. It's not like it was like a misfire. That thing just, again, rolled around on him and rolled out. So here's Carter Hansen. Vermillion down 23 with 3:57 to go here in the third quarter. Carter in the paint, and he's going to he is going to be fouled by Cole Snyder. That's going to be Snyder's 4th, I believe. And that's the 5th team foul already halfway through this third quarter.
You know, and that might be one of the game plans. Hey, let's get at them. Let's get ourselves to the free throw line. If we can't do it by hitting threes or whatever other reason, let's at least get there. Get them in foul trouble. Get some other players on the floor. Not that they can't go deep, but the clock's not running. We get some free shots.
Exactly. Missed his first and unfortunately missed his second as well. Oh, nice steal by Skogsberg. Gets it into Zone Robinson. Robinson will drive in, up, and good. And he is fouled there by Benny Wassner. And Zone Robinson will go to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, and like we said, we're already up to 5 fouls for the Chargers. So anything after this is shooting. So that's an advantage. Wherever is on the floor, get them to. They're very aggressive. Get them to over-pursue, maybe get a foul out of it.
And now that lead is down to 20. I mean, you look at these benchmarks. You're like, okay, now
Right.
we got it down to 20.
We'll take it.
Yep.
That's how you eat a whale, right?
Exactly.
One bite at a time.
Here's Griffin Goodberry. Guarded there by Tweeten. They get it up to Britton Mulder, and there's a three-pointer, though. Three-pointer by Cooper Goodberry makes it 54-31. 3:18 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Skogsberg, just off. Oh, but are they going to call a foul on?
It's going to be an off-ball foul.
Cooper Goodberry, that's his second. And again, Vermillion's in the bonus, so Cole Tweeten will go to the line to shoot 2. Again, with no time running off the clock.
Right. You like that.
Yeah, so 3:06 to go.
The Chargers coaching staff remaining calm for the moment for that. Obviously, you're in a comfortable lead right now. You don't need to kind of go off on the officials for whatever call. But hey, you want to see that good officials get good off-ball calls. That gives confidence in the players and the coaches and the fans.
So 54-33 as Cole Tweeten hit both of his free throws. Griffin Goodberry out up top, will drive in, pull-up jumper, and that will roll out. Rebound there by Carter Hansen. Vermillion with a chance to get it under 20 points now. Zone Robinson into the paint, gets it over to Tweeten. Tweeten has it blocked by Goodberry. Into the hands of Goodberry now. And they get it down low. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Tweeten. And the officials are doing the right thing. They're allowing them to play. Yeah, you could probably hear the Tanagers. They want fans. They wanted to travel, but they also weren't calling a foul either. So
and it's all about athleticism. They're athletes. Let them play. Griffin Goodberry getting a big shot block over there. When you can't come at him. We talked about driving the lane, but you got to get an ISO. You got to get Goodberry out of there. Otherwise, he's just going to patrol the lane.
Exactly. You have to get him on the opposite side of where you're driving in. And here's Carter Hansen on the block. Turnaround jumper. Oh, no good. Just left it short. Rebound into the hands of Cooper Goodberry. 2:10 to go. Reverse layup. No good. Rebound Skogsberg. Again, Vermillion with a chance to get it under 20. So a minute 59 to go here in the third quarter. I think this is Vermillion's third attempt at getting it under 20 points. If you're Coach Drake, I mean, that's just a benchmark. It doesn't mean you're going to get all the way there, but you're keeping your positive attitude at least. And here's Carter Hansen out to zone. And that is going to be a foul on Sioux Falls Christian, I believe.
Coach scouting over there and telling one of his players, he was pointing at somebody it looked like to cut, but they're on defense, so maybe take away the cutter? I don't know.
So that's Britton Mulder's first personal. Bryson Skogsberg to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. Back to that 20-point deficit. Now this would be the first time it'll be under 20 if he makes this since about halfway through that second quarter.
Right, you hit a couple of big ones here at the end of the quarter. Get yourself some confidence going into the fourth.
There you go. It's down to a 19-point deficit. Minute 44 to go. I do like your analogy. Can't eat a whale all at once. It's one bite at a time.
Shel Silverstein taught me that.
Shel Silverstein. Great songwriter, too.
Right? That's what I hear.
So here's Griffin Goodberry. Boy, out of the three-point line. And no, that's no good. Rebound zone Robinson. Minute 22 to go here in the third quarter. Vermillion maybe feeling like they have a little momentum. Floater from Carter Hansen, no good. Rebound from Griffin Goodberry, but a bad outlet pass stolen away by Zone Robinson. And that's going to be tipped out of bounds by number 23, Britton Mulder. But yeah, if you're coach scouting, these are the things, even if you do win, that you have plenty to talk about in this second half of things to work on.
Yeah, you have to play out of your shorts right now.
So 1 minute to go. Skogsberg out the three-point line, drives in. Reverse layup underneath. Oh, no good. Rebound into the hands of Sioux Falls Christian. Boy, that reverse layup has usually been automatic for Skogsberg this season, and just one of those things that it's not falling for him. But that three-pointer, again, no good. All right, 40 seconds to go. 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Vermillion trails 54-35. Looking to get it to the lowest deficit since late in the second quarter. I think about 3 minutes left in that second quarter was the last time they were here. So this is their third attempt. Trey Hansen will drive in. Oh, and boy, it's just so hard to account for somebody like Griffin Goodberry. Goodberry up and in. Takes it back to a 21-point lead, and that pass will end the third quarter. Vermillion trailing 56-35 after 3. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. See if Vermillion can make a comeback here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermillion and Yankton, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Last week, a guy walked into the UPS store in Vermillion. He did not notice the copiers, the printers, the mailboxes, the banners, the posters, not even the business and shipping supplies. It was like he had blinders on. Hi, this is Jay with the UPS store in Vermillion. Many people don't see everything we have to offer when they stop by the UPS store to ship their packages. They miss all the things we have, like printing, designing. We even offer notary services here at the UPS store, located on Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Dean Burr as we head into this fourth quarter. Vermillion trails by 21. They had it as low as 19. And there's another dunk by Griffin Goodberry, makes it 58-35. 23-point lead with 7:47 to go. Here's Skogsberg, drives in. That is blocked by Goodberry again. 6'10" guy with that wingspan, just so hard to defend. And there's another quick two by Cooper Goodberry, makes it 60-35. And that's going to be a quick timeout by Vermillion. That'll be a 1-minute timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. We'll be right back on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball from the Monument in Rapid City at the Class A tournament, and we see Vermillion trailing 60-35. They do have the ball as that mountain does become steeper and steeper for this team.
It ain't Black Hills, it's the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, you know, they had good momentum there towards the end of the third quarter, but we were just saying this Sioux Falls Christian team can strike so quickly. And Skogsberg unable to connect on that three-pointer. But I will say this, the difference between, nice block by Trey Hansen on Brandon Wassner. And Rorik goes in with the layup. Makes it 60-37. Big difference between this game and the first time they met, though. That became a 30-point effort right away in the second half and running clock. And so Vermillion, like I said, they've really improved. And whoever they play in the second round, whether it's consolation bracket or winner's bracket, they're going to be seeing a different team than they saw before, whether it's Dakota Valley or Pine Ridge. That outlet pass, boy, really out there, but they're going to call a foul on Vermillion on the shot.
Number 33, Trey Hansen.
That'll be Trey's third personal.
First team foul, 2 shots for Brayton Wassenaar.
Yeah, we can instantly see right now that the Chargers have kind of picked up the pace a little bit, even though they have a very comfortable lead right now. But as a good team, you can't really turn that on and off. or you shouldn't turn it on and off. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
You got to keep the pedal down. You got to keep going. You don't want to get lackadaisical, lose your momentum or anything. If not for this game, if for the tournament in general, there's got to be a mindset. It's championship or nothing, and so you got to keep that pedal going.
And Cole Tweeten checks in for Connor Rohrig, senior for a senior. So now out there for Vermillion, it's Skogsberg, Hansen, Robinson, and Tweeten. 6:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hansen drives in, gets out to his brother Carter. Carter tops the key for three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Griffin Goodberry. And that just shows you right there what you're seeing on your screen. Griffin Goodberry can handle the ball. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Tweeten. Now, I will admit, Cole rarely thinks he fouls, but
yeah.
I thought that looked clean, but anytime you reach across, it's likely to get called.
Right, yeah. That angle, sometimes it just, you get that spot there, and you think you got it, and you get a piece of the wrong one.
Oh, and they get it down to Goodberry again, and he's going to be fouled by Trey, I believe.
And Goodberry's
that would be Trey's fourth.
Going to have to sit, actually. He got hit in the nose. I didn't think he got hit in the nose with an arm. I think the ball hit him, honestly. I think when Hansen hit the ball, it hit him in the nose, and he's going to have to take a seat. They're going to have to sub in. They can either take a timeout. They got two choices. Take a timeout to keep him in the game, but you have to rectify the situation before he gets back into it, or you can sub somebody in to shoot for him, and which they shouldn't allow him time.
But it does look like they are, doesn't it?
Right there, yeah. As officials, in fact, if I'm Coach Jay, I'm thinking, hey, what's going on here? Injury timeout. They have to take a timeout in order to keep him in the game. Now, it's different if they're, and he is going to take that timeout. I was wondering, kind of a delay. They finally got to it. It's different when you have to clean up the floor or something like that. There's something you got to do to, you got to clean up blood on the floor, so you got an opportunity to keep them there, but which they didn't even look on the floor, honestly. But when you want to keep somebody in, you have to be able to take that timeout.
And so this will be a full timeout by Sioux Falls. So this is brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. And see, I'm glad you're here because I would not have known that. So we're going to take a quick timeout as well to get our sponsor.
Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
His last name, the coach?
Jay Drake.
Drake?
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That timeout was brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. With 5:52 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermillion trails 61-37. And now Goodberry is not...
Yeah, so they subbed in for him. So they took option number 2. You got to sub somebody in and shoot their free throws for him. Sometimes people might think, oh, wait a minute, that's an advantage. If you got a poor free throw shooter who got hit in the nose, he subbed somebody good in to play for him. Yeah, I got it, but
yeah,
it's the way it is.
And Carson Nichols hits both, makes it 63-37, a 26-point lead with 5:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. No matter how this turns out, I think Vermillion can be proud of the way they did play today, though. They looked good. They didn't give up. And there's a rebound by Bryson Skogsberg on the miss. And the putback is good, 63-39.
Fighting amongst the trees. That's a nice job up down there.
And that's what Bryson has done with his game. He has adapted it to be able to play a lot more inside. And that's a quick one into Brant Wassner. And that makes it 65-39. So Bryson Skogsberg gets the ball from Rohrig. Skogsberg on the baseline. Pass over to Robinson. Robinson spin move, turnaround jumper, and that will fall for the senior Robinson.
You just love that soft touch to get that to fall.
65-41, 4:50 to go. There's a long three. That is off by Sioux Falls Christian. Rebound by Connor Rohrig. Rohrig sees numbers, gets it off to Skogsberg. Skogsberg, whoa. Hits the deck, no foul called. And that's going to get the Tanager fans, because they're going to say, well, if it wasn't called down there.
Why wasn't it the other one? So I don't know this one. The other one, the offensive player initiated the contact. As he was driving in, he hits the defender. So he initiated the first contact. The block came after that when the player was on the way down to the floor. So it was a clean block there. I don't know about this other one down here. I don't know what they saw. Obviously, they got the angle right into the hoop. We didn't see it.
And we will take a media timeout, but the big story, Trey Hansen has just fouled out with 4:32 to go. So we'll be back after this Murph's Appliance timeout, brought to you by Murph's Appliance, for over 20 years serving the Vermillion area and their appliance needs.
Your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball with 4:32 to go. Vermillion trails 65-41. Trey Hansen has just fouled out for the Vermillion Tanagers, fouled out with 7 points. So now out there for Vermillion, it's Connor Rohrig.
And I'll tell you this, this happens. This is actually a conversation that officials have. They pay attention to who has how many fouls and who the player is, and a discussion that they will have, could be inside the huddle of an official, when the best, however you look at it, player for one team has 4 fouls, they will say, hey, let's make sure if this is a foul, let's make sure it's a good foul, not a ticky-tack one, because this player is a significant player in the game and will impact the game, whether it's just emotion or whatever it is. So officials, they look at who's the fouls, and if you're going to call a ticky-tack foul versus a real solid foul.
I believe this is the first time Trey has fouled out this season. Oh, and there's a three-point attempt for Skogsberg that rolls in and out. Outlet pass for Sioux Falls Christian. Bennett Wassner. They get it down low, and boy, Carter Hansen fouls number 23, Britton Mulder, with authority.
That's you airborne, and you've got somebody who just does a great job of holding their ground, and all of a sudden you're airborne, and you do what you're supposed to do, go up and enjoy that contact.
So Mulder goes to the line to shoot 2. First one is no good. 26-point lead right now for Sioux Falls Christian. And I know if somebody's looking at the point differential, that it was 31 the last time, and now it's 27 this time. But the two games are far different. I don't want anybody to think, oh, they played the same. No, Vermillion, far different game this time for the Tanagers. This has just been slowly Sioux Falls Christian able to extend that lead. Whoa, and Carter Hansen got caught in the air, and now there's just, you can see a little frustration on the Tanagers' faces.
Yeah, and again, that's another thing that the officials will watch. How's the countenance of the players? That way you don't get those frustration fouls where they clobber somebody or something.
Yeah. So Zone Robinson, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Connor Rohrig, no good. Rebound into the hands of Britton Mulder for Sioux Falls Christian. And there's a quick 2 points for Britton Mulder, and that will put it over that 30-point mark, make it 72-41. So we will have running clock for the last 3.5 minutes of the game. As Skogsberg in on the block, has it stolen away by Britton Mulder. Mulder into the hands of Bennett Wassner, and Wassner goes in.
on center. This will be a timeout, Sioux Falls Christian.
30-second timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Well, we'll get to our sponsors here. This one for the medical clinic.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
I hope they don't allow it to affect them the rest of the way. They've still got 2 more games to go.
Right. I saw that a couple of years ago.
What's that?
I saw that a couple of years ago.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. With 3:16 to go, Vermillion trails by 33, 74-41. So with 3:16 to go, does look like Vermillion will go into the consolation side of the bracket. Ball comes into Carter Hansen. You just hope that it doesn't affect. They still have 2 more games to play. And I'll be honest, the way they played here, I think they can compete. Whether it's Dakota Valley or Pine Ridge for the next game. And that one by Zone Robinson just left short. It's kind of the story of the game, unfortunately, for this team. Just unable to make some of those. There's a long 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound into the hands of Skogsberg with 2:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Nice little layup that side by Skogsberg.
And Skogsberg is the leading scorer today with 15 so far for Vermillion. Trey Hansen fouled out with 7. And they're going to
stop the clock for some substitutions.
Allow some
it's a state
substitutes
tournament.
in.
You want to get yourself in the game. Here's the one downside by Vermillion playing this first game. Obviously, you're playing the number 1 team, maybe even in the state, arguably. You put forth, you talked about, hopefully it doesn't affect the next game down. You put so much effort into this game because you wanted to win this game that is it going to affect the next game? You want to play the toughest team at the end, not the beginning.
Exactly. And Coach Drake is going to get some of his reserves in as well. And Carter Hansen with the rebound. And Hansen's going to be fouled by Braden Whitty.
Number 33, Braden Whitty, is first.
We see the bench emptying for the Tanagers here.
So checking in for Vermillion, you have Gabe Larson, Cade Roovers, Hunter Morse, Wyatt Morse. Oops. Sorry. So Carson Preister with the ball in the hands of Gabe Larson. Larson over to Trenton Thomas. Thomas for 3. That's going to be just off. Saved there by Preister. Long 3, no good for Whitty. Rebound into the hands of, out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian with 1:48 to go. So again, it's Larson, Thomas, Roovers, Preister, and Morse out there for Vermillion. Larson over to Morse. Morse will drive in. And these can be fouled on the shot. So again, that's kind of the value of being able to get in, maybe get some points in the state tournament, you know, get some of that experience and that memory.
Well, it is. It sets the stage for the years to come.
Yep.
It isn't that all of a sudden you got 5 new guys coming into the game and they never even seen anything like this before. Here's a chance to see what A, championship basketball is like, and B, the feel of just what a state tournament is. You talked about the nerves early on in the game about being Zone Robinson was shooting. It's like, hey, we want to get that first free throw in. That's exactly what it is. Let's get the feel. Let's see what championship ball is like on our team, championship competition, and have it carry it into the seasons to come.
And Vermillion, they're graduating a few seniors, three that see significant playing time, so they are looking for that next year. But Carter Hansen, Trey Hansen.
When a player come in from out of bounds, that was another point. A new rule change actually this year. It's the same rule, but there was some emphasis on it as far as players running out of bounds and then coming back inbounds, and that's exactly what they called there. You can't be the next player to touch the ball, or first player rather, to touch the ball coming in from out of bounds, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, you've seen that called a little bit more often this year. And here's Larson. Larson is going to be fouled on the shot, and he'll go for the old-fashioned three-point play. So with officials, do they sit down at the beginning of the year and just say this is what we're emphasizing more, this is what we want to look at?
So actually the NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, actually sends that out. They go through all that, they send it out, the states get it, they put their stuff together, and then the officials, they send it out to the officials and the coaches, and they all have to take tests and talk about all this stuff, but there's always a points of emphasis each year. Traveling's been a lot recently, that in from out of bounds is one.
Well, that's what I've noticed. Kind of that spin move has been called a travel a little bit more this year.
Right, it is. The emphasis is find the pivot foot. Find the pivot foot.
That three-point attempt no good, but rebound to Sioux Falls Christian. 45 seconds to go, and that pass is out of bounds with 42.9 seconds. Frankie Orr and Luke Jensen come in for Vermillion.
I think with the invention of the Euro step, so to speak, now people are trying to use that. Of course, the NBA allows you extra steps. I don't know the official rule for NBA, but you think like they could just walk all over the place.
Yeah, sometimes you see some video and you're like, I'm not quite sure. Frankie Orr gets a basket to drop. All of a sudden it's 74-48. 26-point lead for Sioux Falls Christian. Shot clock is off. Not even sure if they will take a shot. You're kind of like, these are the reserves. You hate to say don't take a shot, but you're up by 26. You also hate to say, oh.
But the emotion, if you're like, oh, hey, they're taking a shot at the end, they're up by 30 or whatever it is, you don't want it bad blood or anything in the state tournament.
Exactly. And that is going to be the way it ends. Vermillion will fall in the first round of the state tournament, 74-48. We'll be back with our post-game show as we discuss this game. Vermillion will play again at noon Mountain Time tomorrow. That's 1 o'clock Central Time for people back in Vermillion. I will be a little more prepared, so we'll have more of a pregame. But we're going to come back with our postgame, talk about this. What's great is they'll bring stats around, and we'll have real stats, not the kind I usually try to keep that are very, very off, So we'll talk about that. We'll look at the games coming up and the schedule remaining for Class A, AA, and B, and this will be on the First Dakota National Bank postgame show as you're watching Tanager Athletics here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Athletico Physical Therapy in Vermillion offers a wide range of services to help you move pain-free and get you back to the life you love. Work injuries, pre- and post-surgical therapy, sports injuries, and joint replacement therapy. Open at 440 East Cherry Street in Vermillion from 7 to 6 Monday through Thursday and 7 to 5 on Friday. Stop into Athletico Physical Therapy for a free assessment for your pain or injury. Athletico Physical Therapy, 440 East Cherry Street, Vermillion.
Sure.
My car broke down. What do I do?
Honey, I'm hearing Bob Sinclair is a place to go. He's the most dependable, trustworthy, and fair-priced place in Vermillion. They'll get the job done the right way. Call Bob Sinclair in Vermillion to make your appointment. They will get it done for you on time. Do not panic. We'll get it taken care of.
You can trust the 3-stall service team at Bob Sinclair, located on Main Street, Vermillion. Go with who you can trust. Alfredo Pizza Vermillion. The secret is in the sauce. At Alfredo Pizza, the pizza is legendary. The pasta is to die for. Delicious. Wings are crazy good.
Offering beer, wine, and margaritas.
It's all very tasty. Pizza, pasta, wings, calzones, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and great meals for the children. If you have never had Alfredo Pizza before, it's a must try. 831 East Cherry Street, Alfredo Pizza Vermillion. The secret is in the sauce.
Calling all Tanagers, Huskies, Tornadoes, and Ponca High Schoolers. Pied Piper Vermillion has everything you need for a magical prom night. We have wristlets, corsages, posies, and boutonnieres to pair seamlessly with any dress or suit. Whether you are wearing metallic, floral, or pastel, we can create something to complement any taste. Order soon. Prom is a few weeks away. Use promo code PROM24 to get $10 off your purchase of a corsage, wristlet, posy, or boutonniere. Pied Piper Vermillion, your prom headquarters.
This is Dr. Bill Saunders with Saunders Chiropractic. Chiropractic care helps your athlete prevent injuries and achieve optimal athletic performance. Go Tanagers.
Wellness awaits you. Dr. William Saunders, Vermillion Chiropractor at Saunders Chiropractic, is a Vermillion Booster Club member and has been keeping Tanager fans' bones, joints, muscles, and nerves working together like a great team. Go Tanagers from Dr. William Saunders.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We just got the stats, so this break, let's just take a look at the other games and games going on and the other games that'll be taking on around the state. We're seeing Dakota Valley and Pine Ridge warming up right now. This one's going to be a barn burner. Like you said, if Pine Ridge is hitting their threes, this thing could be a really high-scoring affair. I think Hollowhorn will play a significant impact. It's interesting, Dakota Valley the last couple of years have come in with their undefeated streak, the hands-down favorite. This year they're coming in as the 5th seed. They've had a few bumps in the road, and I mean, not just small bumps, not like a close game. Some of their losses have been by pretty significant margins, and so Dakota Valley, you're not quite sure what you're getting. Pine Ridge comes in with just the one loss. That was to Hot Springs shortly after the LNI tournament. Since then, they've been on a really nice run. A couple of big wins for them have been against Vermillion. White River was a significant win for them. You might be more familiar with Pine Ridge than I am, just having them be out here, a little more West River.
Yeah, definitely. And so, and this kind of happens. This is kind of an interesting insight. It happens a lot of the reservation schools around. They kind of, I don't know if they rotate players or rotate goodness, or I don't even know how it even works, but 1 year Pine Ridge will be good, and then Mapialuta will be good 1 year, and then Lakota Tech will be good 1 year, and Lakota 2 years ago Lakota Tech was kind of the school to beat, and Pine Ridge is kind of down, so they've kind of moved around, and I don't know, I don't think it's players, I don't follow the players close enough, but either way, it's Pine Ridge this year. If you're familiar with Native American basketball, there are a whole lot of threes. We talked about the three-point shooting ability with the Tanagers and the Chargers. These guys will shoot. It's run and gun, not to coin the phrase from way back the Buffalo Bills days, way back when in the 90s, but that's what they are. Their basketball is literally run and gun. They are super-duper athletic, and they love to shoot the three. Whether it's on the run or any place, any open opportunity, they're going to shoot the ball lights out. The balls are going to be flying in the air. And so anytime you get to that, if they're hitting it, look out. They're going to beat anybody in the state, including the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. So that's going to be something heading into tomorrow. Should Pine Ridge win this game, Sioux Falls Christian will have to kind of think about these guys. These guys it's actually a track meet, an absolute track meet, and it's exciting basketball. I think more and more they're trying to get games like that. They're kind of more emphasizing offense versus defense type thing because everybody loves scoring, and that's what brings the fans home and everything. When you're watching the Thorpes or even reservation ball, that's exactly what it is. It's high flying, high action, high energy, and it's exciting. If you're not here, obviously thanks for listening, and if we get a chance to do this game tomorrow, it happens to be Pine Ridge against Vermillion, we're going to be out of breath. I'll tell you that right now.
That's exactly right. And Coach Casey Means, I've had the opportunity to talk with him a number of times. He's really trying to build a culture there. I follow him on Facebook and what the Pine Ridge Thorpes do. And the few times that I've interviewed him, one of the first things he talks about is the GPA of his players and the work in school and the work outside of school and in the community of his players, and how they've really bought in, because the difference between last year's team and a lot of these same players, I mean, Marvin Richard III, great player, and so you add him to any team, you're going to be automatically better, but the improvement of the rest of these players, because it really was, it was a, and I hope this doesn't sound insulting, but it was more of a street ball, little less organized and a little more, just kind of helter-skelter. Now it has that same intensity, but with also the organization and the structure of an offense. A high-powered, high-run and gun offense, like you said, but definitely that same intensity. And so Pine Ridge can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it is. And you're right, it is. You sometimes, and it's not necessarily, from the Pine Ridge organization. You get that from a lot of, not a lot, but you get that from some schools, especially in the lower level ball. JV on down. Sometimes they're less coached, and so kind of what you're referring to as street ball. They kind of play what they know, what they've learned from playing ball in the backyard or the parking lot or whatever it is, or the playground. They come up and they kind of play ball. What you're referring to is how Casey Means has taken that skill, because they develop a great skill and it's used very well. They take that and they put more structure to it. Say, okay, guys, move the ball here. Let's run more of this. Let's run more of that. And so you mesh the two together, and it makes it an exceptional basketball. So it isn't, like you said, it isn't just street ball there, but the ball will fly and it will look like it just because it's catch and shoot, catch and shoot, catch and shoot. Pick up ball, you love to just catch and shoot. There isn't a lot of box out and rebound and that type of stuff. There's catch and shoot. But make no mistake, these guys will box out well. They are athletic. They will be lots of above the rim play. They will get up there. They will move the ball. Their court vision is just exceptional. I talked about Sioux Falls Christian, how they do a great job of moving the ball in their court vision. You want to see court vision, you watch this minor historic team play. It's like they're playing a video game. They just know where everybody's at on the court, on their team, and they move it so well.
And that they do. And it's funny how much we're talking about Pine Ridge, and they are the 4 seed, and we haven't talked that much about Dakota Valley. And one of these teams will play Vermillion tomorrow. Dakota Valley, two-time returning state champ, and with Jackson Wingard averaging almost about 27 points per game. Isaac Bruns, the third of the Bruns brothers of, Paul and or Luke Bruns after Paul and Isaac. Paul starting at USD. Isaac, sixth man, averages about 7-8 points a game this year off the bench. So there's something special with Pine Ridge when we're focusing this much on them, and really not even talking about Dakota Valley, who has all of this talent coming back as well.
Yeah, you're right. There are, and I remember a couple of years ago we were in Sioux Falls and we were covering St. Thomas More at the time, or I was rather. And then I had a chance to kind of watch Dakota Valley. They looked exceptional. Sioux Falls Christian was good that year, but Dakota Valley, they were amazingly good. You talk about the Bruns kid. It's like, wow. The talented families that invade these schools around, the Brunses have definitely had that into Dakota Valley, and for them to use that talent, and then everything else that gets built around it. Like you said, two-time state champion, same coach. I remember him. I just remember his face. He was not happy with some calls that happened. But either way, to get the feel of championship basketball, we talked about it in the Chargers and the Tanagers, getting players in so they can feel what championship basketball is like, a championship game, a state tournament, all of that. Get those kids in there, get them the feel. That's what happened with this Dakota Valley team. That's how you get two-time state champions, and then they're back here for a third try in a row because they all know what it feels like and how hard you have to work, put in the off-season, work on the floor, work together as a team, all of that together. You have to be able to do that, and this Dakota Valley does that. So make no mistake, I'm not saying Pine Ridge is going to run away with this game by any means. I just happen to know more about them than I do about Dakota Valley, but this team will come up and will shock you and be ready for you. Maybe not as dominating as they have been the past couple of years, but they will come in and they will play hard and they will run you all the way to the end of the game.
That's exactly right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take our final ad break. When we come back, we'll take a look at that Tanager game and the stats for that, and then we'll get ready for tomorrow. So we're going to take a quick break here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
What should we do for lunch?
We could go to Wimp's Place.
I thought they only offered supper.
Nope, they open the doors at 11 Monday to Friday and even open at 9 on the weekends for breakfast. All of this plus great deals like $5 cheeseburgers on Tuesday, unlimited wings on Wednesday, and prime rib on Saturday.
How do you know so much about Wimp's Place?
I just went to their website, sdwimps.com, and I followed them on Facebook and Instagram to keep up on the tastiest deals.
Well, let's head to Wimp's Place now. I was hungry before, now I'm starving.
to $13,500 off MSRP.
If you're thinking about a new truck, you can now save up to $13,500 off new select Sierra 1500s with approved credit.
Come to Jerry's new Chevys and GMCs, Beersford and Vermillion. I'm Sam.
And I'm Drew. We have a great selection of new Silverados, Sierras, Colorados, Canyons,
Traverses, and Terrains. You can drive a new Chevy Trax for only $23,990.
It's a great vehicle that gets good gas mileage and affordable to own. We have new vehicles coming in every week, so if we don't have exactly what you want, we'll get it for you. You can see our entire new and used inventory at jerryscars.com.
Look, every new car dealer pays the same money for new vehicles.
Because our overhead is so much lower, we can sell a new vehicle for less money.
Plus, we really need your nice used vehicle, so you'll get more for your trade-in.
Jerry's new Chevys and GMCs, Beersford and Vermillion.
Better prices, better experience, guaranteed.
Fast Auto Glass in Vermillion is always at your service. They're an auto glass and window care company, and all their work is insurance approved and guaranteed. Fast Auto Glass works on a wide variety of projects, including custom shower enclosures, automotive, residential, commercial window repair and replacement, and much more. You can always count on Fast Auto Glass to not only meet but exceed all your needs, requests, and expectations. That's Fast Auto Glass, open 8:30 to 5 from Monday to Friday, located at 222 West Main Street, Vermillion.
They refer to it as
exactly. All right. Welcome back to Tanager Basketball. Let's wrap up. Let's take a look at the game we just finished. Vermillion Tanagers and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. Sioux Falls Christian will move on into the winner's side of the bracket, and Vermillion will play again at noon tomorrow, and they'll play the loser of this game between Dakota Valley and Pine Ridge. We did get the stats. What's some of your takeaways there from the stats?
This is a coach's dream. I'm going to say that right now. Sioux Falls Christian, 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers in the whole game. That's, you're like, you aim for 10. Your target is, you know what, we have a great game if we get less than 10. How about less than 5? 4 turnovers. We talked about the possibility of Vermillion getting back into the game. What would that mean? That would mean that Sioux Falls Christian would have to shoot poorly from downtown. They were 9%. 9% from downtown, 1 of 12 from downtown. So the opportunities were there. But unfortunately, they couldn't shoot that well either. They shot 8% from downtown, 35% from the floor. Obviously, the Chargers weren't quite as hot in the second half, 50% from the floor. But just some of those things we talked about: rebounds, 32 to 23. The Chargers over the Tanagers, and when you I missed it, 40 to 29. And the 10 turnovers, you talked about that the Tanagers didn't play a bad game, by any means. They unfortunately didn't quite shoot out to what they wanted to shoot. That was probably the biggest thing. The other thing, they only had 10 turnovers. That's not that bad. This Charger team will force turnovers left and right. So they did a better job of taking care of the basketball. It's just this. If you want a real big picture of it, the shots fell more for the Chargers than they did for the Tanagers. If you just want a real kind of summation, I'm not taking anything away from the Chargers. Great team, shot well, did a lot of things really well. We talked about it the whole game. And the Tanagers, very assertive, very aggressive, and good fighters. But probably the thing that stat-wise just stands out is they just did not shoot nearly as well as the Chargers did, and that's unfortunate.
And that's exactly right. And, I even talked about it. Bryson Skoggsberg was the perfect example. Some of those reverse layups that were almost automatic for him towards the end of the season were just spinning out or just coming up just short. Same with Carter Hansen. All of a sudden, you get 2, 3, 4 of those. All of a sudden, it's a different ball game because not only is it, because they weren't getting the rebounds either, not only is it not necessarily a fast break for Sioux Falls Christian, they have to take the ball out, but you have those 6, 8, 10 points, and your attitude's a little bit different. Your mindset's a little bit different. And so you're right, just the shots dropping were the biggest thing. And so, 10 turnovers for Vermillion, not that against a team like Sioux Falls, that Christian, you can't be upset with that. It's just nothing if anything could just skew a little bit off, it did for Vermillion, unfortunately.
Yeah, just some of the scoring. We talked about Skolsberg and what he had done. 15 points that he had, 8 rebounds, so almost a double-double for him. Brent Wassenaar had 14, Cooper Goodberry 12, Griffin Goodberry 20. You know, you kind of expected that what they come out to. He had 4 big blocks for that. So just, yeah, doing it on offense and defense, kind of everything. They were up against a tall mountain. They had a tall mountain to climb, and unfortunately it wasn't their day.
And that's exactly right. And like you said, with Goodberry, those 4 blocks, and when you're able to block with authority like he did, they're almost expansive. You got 4 actual blocks, but how many other shots did it alter as they're going in and they see him there? You know, they alter the way they shoot. They change kind of direction, which maybe leads to a few more missed shots. So you don't get a block, but you've altered the offense.
Yeah, and it's funny because, you know, if you get a downside to Vermillion, there were several times where they ran right into him. You know, and I'm sure you know, Coach Drake was like, okay, number 1, he's good. He's in the middle. He's long. He's got long arms. Don't drive right at him. And there were several times which they had a shot from, you know, maybe 8 feet or 10 feet, and instead they tried to drive in right at him. It's like, guys, that ain't going to cut it. Okay, it ain't going to happen in there unless he's on the other side of the rim or somehow, some way. So that was maybe one thing that they need to think about going into the next game. Our shot selection, we like to attack the rim, but we can't attack the rim when there's a defender there, or a defender of his caliber and arms of his caliber. We got to be able to, you know, pull that out, move the ball. A couple times they did a good job of moving the ball, but there were several times they went right into his arms, and that's just like handing him a gift.
And that's exactly right. And like you said, Vermillion will need to take that into account. No matter which team they end up playing, they'll play somebody with a significant big man, like Jackson Wingert or Kanye Hollowhorn, and so, you know, they need to adjust that. So Vermillion will take on the loser of this game, Pine Ridge versus Dakota Valley, and that will be tomorrow at noon. The rest of the Class A lineup will be Hamlin versus Groton area. That's at 6 o'clock Mountain tonight. And Sioux Valley versus Rapid City Christian at 7:45. And you guys will be covering that Rapid City Christian game. What station are you guys on? Call the numbers.
We're on Fox Sports Rapid City, 106.7 FM, and FoxSportsRapidCity.com. So
okay, FoxSportsRapidCity.com. All right. That way people can listen to your broadcast for that as well. For AA, Mitchell did defeat Sioux Falls Jefferson. Sioux Falls Washington leads Roosevelt 31-23. Harrisburg will play Watertown tonight in the first matchup of that night session, and Brandon Valley versus Huron. And our thoughts are with the Brandon Valley family as Coach Deckert passed away yesterday. So we want to make sure that they know our thoughts and prayers are with them. He was a great coach, a great mentor to so many people. You can just see the tributes out there. So we just want to make sure that Brandon Valley knows that our thoughts and prayers are with them as they mourn the loss of Coach Deckert. You still have the state tournament. Unfortunately, time marches on with that, but maybe it's the time to have the ultimate tribute to him.
Yeah, that might inspire them. You never know. I mean, they may play some inspire the ball. Brandon Valley is exactly a slacking team by any means, and like we said, if in the AA ranks, kind of anybody can take this tournament.
Exactly. And so we'll see if Brandon Valley might be that inspirational story going through this. And then Class B, White River defeated Viborg Hurley. Howard leads Wessington Springs 51-28. DeSmet will take on Gregory later, and Castlewood versus Leola Frederick area. Well, I'm going to call it a game, and you guys can watch this, and we'll be back tomorrow at noon Mountain, 1 Central tip-off. I will be here earlier than that to do pregame, but that'll be on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube. With Dean Burr, I'm Michael Schumacher. Thank you for joining us today, and enjoy the rest of the Class A tournament.